Hello and welcome everyone, it's Eternity and let's play Honkai Star Rail. So last time we defeated Svarog and let's see what Natasha has to say.
The furnace core. Thank you. What you've done has brought new hope to the underworld. Now we have to wait and see. But maybe this will lead to a new lease on life. Well, you should really be thanking Sampo. If it weren't for his intel, we wouldn't have made it in time. As Wildfire's leader, I couldn't simply look on while you fought on our behalf. We had to come help.
Huh? So you're the real chief? What about Oleg?
Oleg has always acted on my behalf. He helps me deal with all manner of problems in the underworld.
Well, that is surprising.
Thanks to him, I'm able to make time for the people. I do my best to make sure that they have everything they need. At the same time, I was formulating a plan to deal with Svarog. Your arrival unraveled that carefully crafted yet rudimentary plan. And for that, you have my utmost thanks.
Well, you're welcome.
When the underworld recovers its freedom, the people will indeed extol you as heroes. However, even though Svarog is no longer sealing off the furnace core, there's no way that we undergrounders could go pouring onto the surface. That cold-blooded Supreme Guardian has used lies and tricks to keep the surface separated from the underground. If she detects any change in the underworld, I don't know what she might resort to.
Well, I'm guessing that we're going to see her soon, and let's see how it all escalates.
As for Wildfire, we need more time to build up our strength. No, but we need to wait for the opportune moment. In the meantime, I'm sending someone I trust to go with you.
Zila.
Didn't she tell you? In private, she insisted on accompanying you. Don't let her carefree nature fool you. She's actually very discerning and can read a situation like no one else. Zila is a talented scout and a quick thinker. She takes decisive action. She'll definitely be able to help you. Not to mention, you also have Branya now.
Well, I do have Branya, but I don't have Sila because I started playing after Sila's banner already ended.
It seems like the intel we got from Svarog caused her a significant shock. But with Zila by her side, I know she'll recover. Hey, when's the last time you got some rest? I heard that you've been on your feet looking for Svarog since Rivet Town. Health is everything. You won't be much use if you neglect yours. Let Wildfire take care of the furnace core for now. You head back and recuperate. If you're lucky, perhaps tomorrow you can return to the overworld.
Well, let's go to the overworld. Okay, we got some good prizes. Where are we going now? So are we actually going to rest? Because if we do, I think the guards might find us again. And that's not a very good idea.
Equilibrium. The universe should be in equilibrium. The arbiters of the equilibrium are giving you a trial. For the equilibrium of all worlds, you must demonstrate your strength. The strong will be given greater opportunities. The weak a chance to breathe.
But who is talking?
Passing the trial will prove that your strength has shaken the scales of power. Work after equilibrium. You will go on to face yet more trial.
Okay, so how do I do it? Get to the point.
You will obtain more of the material, more of the spiritual, more of the countable, What is obtained will be in proportion to your strength, and thus in equilibrium.
Okay, so does he speak so slowly on purpose? Alright then.
Equilibrium. It is for this that all worlds change.
Okay. So we're just gonna continue doing the story missions.
Well, now that we're done with that whole situation in the underworld, we can finally look for the Stellaron. But thinking about it, I feel a bit bad about Clara. We promised her that our talks with Svarog would go peacefully.
But Sparg attacked us first.
You tried your best to persuade him. It's my fault for not preparing better for such a situation in advance.
I didn't mean for you guys to start beating yourselves up over it. Look on the bright side. Things turned out all right, didn't they? Now everyone knows that the real problem here is the Stellaron, and they're willing to help us out. All in all, the mission is going super smoothly.
If that's smooth much, what's messy for you?
But we still have a lot left to figure out. For instance,
Where is the Stellaron? But I think Madame
even
Cocolia
have the
knows.
Stellaron's coordinates and location. Cocolia's sudden change in attitude is also very curious. We still haven't put all of the pieces together.
Dan is a smart one.
Dreams?
Oh, I remember you mentioned something about strange dreams before.
All three dreams were the same, with Cocolia and that other voice.
It would be weird to call it a coincidence.
I'm wondering if these dreams aren't just random, if there's some meaning behind them. Maybe you're having them because...
Because of the Stellaron inside her?
That's my hunch, but I have no proof.
Well, then that's as good as nothing for now. So, what should we do when we get back above ground? After all this talk, we're still back at square one.
We solve a puzzle one piece at a time. Let's get some rest. We'll talk to Wildfire tomorrow and get to the bottom of this. Also, there's still one more key character we haven't talked to yet. Her connection to Cocolia may be the key to cracking this mystery.
If he's talking about Rania, it looks like she doesn't know anything. Okay, so let's rest.
I've heard from Wildfire that you helped resolve that whole situation with Svarog. Amazing. It must have been exhausting. Please have some food and get a good night's rest.
Okay, let's do it. Is there anything in the room that we can take? Looks like nothing. So I'm really curious about what's gonna happen with the Stellaron, how we're gonna get the astral moving again.
Over there. See that? That used to be the worst street in Rivet Town, and it's also where I grew up. My friends and I used to wander those streets, thinking about where to find our next meal. That is, until Chief Oleg got me out and took me to the orphanage. There, I learned to read and write from Natasha. At the age of 10, I started to patrol the mines with Oleg, occasionally getting into fights with the local thugs.
That sounds nice.
nice. You being sarcastic with me?
Oh, no, sorry. Life in the underworld is difficult. I shouldn't be speaking about it so lightly.
You're always so serious. It really gets on people's nerves sometimes, you know?
What I meant was... I kind of envy you, Zila. For as long as I can remember, my days have been an endless cycle of studying, etiquette lessons, and training. Every day, all I hear is, remember who you are, Bronya. This is against the Architect's admonishments, Bronya. Ladies shouldn't use such foul language, Bronya. Some may envy this kind of life, but I have felt trapped. When every choice and every goal has already been made for you. You probably can't imagine how that feels.
No, I can't. But more importantly, what kind of foul language were you using?
In the name of the Architects, I shall stick this spear into your nostril.
For real? That's your best try?
That's it? Oh, that's nothing. Looks like I'll have to teach you some underworld slang before you go back.
I think it was the most elegant insult I've ever heard.
No, that won't be necessary.
It'll be better than poking people's nostrils, at least. I never thought that I'd be here having a heart-to-heart with the future guardian. As a kid, I didn't meet many people who lived in the overworld. I only heard stories from the grown-ups and figured you were all just a bunch of cold snobs.
I've heard from some Silvermane veterans that before the orders were made to seal off the underworld from the overworld, there was no difference between the two places. Everybody ate the same food, chatted about the same topics, celebrated the same festivals. Even though times are different now, things like the joys and sorrows of life, the ties between people, these precious things must certainly still connect us all. If there is a way to bridge the gap between the two worlds, we can definitely go back to the time when you and I were not divided. When we could stand side by side against the Eternal Freeze and the Fragmentum.
I'm not like you. I don't have that many grand plans for the future. But if that's the future you want, I'm willing to build this bridge with you.
Thank you, Zila. Your trust is very important to me.
Speaking of which, what are you going to do next? What Svarog revealed must have made quite an impact, huh?
Yes. I thought I was prepared for anything, but as long as I am the Guardian's successor, those truths will come out sooner or later. But why does my mother hide it from me, and why does she want me to hunt down the outsiders who know about the nature of the Stellaron? It doesn't make sense.
It's gonna make sense when you're gonna know she's like the bad guy.
I thought it over. There's only one thing I can do. Go ask her directly.
Hold on. You're not really going, are you? Alone? You can't. This plan is...
I've already thought it through, Zila. I am Madame Cocolia's daughter. That will never change. Be it my duties as her heir or as a Silvermane guard, I must face my problems head on.
Bronya.
This is for you, Zila. Please help me pass it on to the outsiders. If I am unable to see you again, they'll know what to do.
Okay, I understand. You've made up your mind, and there's nothing I can say that will change it. But remember this. If you run into trouble, I will come to save you, no matter what.
Then I'll be waiting for you. So, did you come to this spot when you were a child?
Of Of course. I just didn't appreciate how nice it was at the time. Very nice.
It looked like Rania just gave her a hand, and Zilla didn't want to take it.
That was a good sleep. I should go meet up with March and Dan Hung.
Any new ideas? Any new dreams?
Took you long
What's
enough,
going on?
sleepyhead. We've been waiting all day. I've noticed that our sleep routines don't match up. You either keep getting up in the middle of the night or snoozing away until the day's almost out. Unacceptable. You gotta work on your teamwork.
Did you have a dream again last night?
Oh, that happens to me all the time. It feels like I had a dream, but I can't remember anything about it.
Well then, let's go find Wildfire to discuss her next move and see if they...
Let's go! I can't wait to finally get back above ground!
Alright, where do we need to go? I'm just following the star.
Oh, look who's here.
It's the Bane of Svarog, the big hero of the underworld. And the other big heroes, Dan Hung and March 7.
Were those lines rehearsed?
Where's Natasha? Is she here?
She has a bunch of other things to attend to, so I hope you don't mind talking to this.
Am I the only one that heard he instead of
I
she?
speak on behalf of Natasha. By the way, sorry for keeping that whole thing about her being the actual leader of Wildfire a secret. I'm glad you don't mind. Natasha is always cautious, but she has no ill intent, as you surely have noticed. She told me to make sure you return to the overworld safely. I gave it some thought, and I think the safest way is to ask this fella for help.
I brought you down. I can take you back up. Free of charge. Satisfaction guaranteed.
There's no need to knock us out this time, right?
Of course not. This time, we'll go back through the furnace core.
What's the furnace core? Give us someone else.
Please.
It's hard to
don't be
trust
like
Sample.
that. We have so much history together. Can't you have a little faith?
No.
Enough chatter. Just be a good guide.
Hold on. What about Branya? Why isn't she here?
She already went back. As you know, she has some things to settle with the Supreme Guardian.
What? She just ditched us and went back? How could you let her?
Ugh, enough about Sampo. We need him for this trip, and we can still get rid of him after we reach the surface.
Alright.
Miss Sela, I'm still here, you know.
You're always here.
Oh, right. Rania told me to give you this.
She left us a letter. Could this be one of those open in case of emergency letters? I've never gotten one of those before. Should we wait until we run into something dangerous?
Stop overthinking and just open it.
Alright, so what is she saying? Okay, so she's saying by the time we're reading this, she's already in the overworld. Did Madame Cocolia raise her? I'm just briefly reading this. Okay, she's going to fulfill her duty as a daughter and as a Silvermane guard. And she says she knows the risk. And anyway, she went without us. She's just explaining it.
Landau. I know the brother must refer to Japard, but who could the sister be? Oh, Serval! So she's Japard's older sister.
Sample.
Alright, so let's start
You
going.
know the land?
Landau. Yeah, we're old friends. I've mostly dealt with the younger brother in the past, but the sister, she's much scarier. Today's supposed to be a day of celebration, so let's not talk about it right now.
Wait, so Chupar's first name is Lando?
We can set out at any time. Just come find me when you're ready.
Alright. Okay, so I need to be at level 24, which means I have to complete the trial. Let's do it together. Why not? I mean, I don't even have any idea of what's happening with Madame Cocolia. Alright, let's challenge them. That's my team for now. I know it's a bit temporary, but I'm gonna change it up later. So tell me about when you started playing. I know I'm just about at after the beginning. And what did you think is gonna happen? And were you right?
Trickier to crack.
Okay, so we need to battle manually. Alright, I like that.
This combat needs optimizing. This is double speed.
You chose the wrong.
So lately I have been playing more on auto mode. And I need to read up about their abilities a little more.
Let's make it quick.
Okay, he does a lot of damage. At least he's got a follow-up heal.
More enemies. To guard and defend. Crush them.
Right, so let's continue.
Time for a buzz. You'll
I think
take
this battle is gonna take a while.
Let's go.
Eternal sleep.
Just because I don't do much damage with this team, I guess I'm gonna have to switch one of them. Okay, that really hurt.
Time for a buzz.
It'll take more than that.
This battle is unavoidable.
I'll see you off.
Let's restore yourself.
Rules are made to be broken.
Time for a buzz.
Oh wow, that really hurt.
Eternal sleep is not the
Perfect timing on the ultimate.
This combat needs optimizing. This is double speed. Lend me your strength.
You chose the wrong
Enter
enemy.
the storm. To guard and defend. Crush them.
Alright, so we're still gonna finish him. I'm hoping he's one of the strongest monsters there.
Good as new.
Alright, we're continuing and this battle is over
You'll pay for
right now.
A moment's excitement, nothing more.
Alright, so let's see what else we got. Is there anything in here? No, just a dead end. Okay, so let's change the team. Wait, we can change the team after we already entered? Oh, that's right. How silly of me. Okay, so we're exploring a little. Nothing in here. But this guy in here. Is he the same one as the previous? He looks a little different. Okay.
Eternal sleep is not the end.
Alright, we're doing it. That was nice damage. But why do I always feel like they're focusing on Silverwolf? Every time I got a team with Silverwolf, they're focusing on her. Okay, that was nice. That little spawns died.
Can I have fun this time? Time for a buzz. You'll pay for that.
I'll see
This
you off.
combat needs optimizing. This is double speed.
Receive divinity. Eternal sleep is not the end. And return!
Rules are made to be broken.
We've entered the storm. To guard and defend.
Well, I think this one is easier to defeat compared to the last one.
Time for a buzz. There's always a weak. Can I have fun this time?
Okay, that really hurt. I need Locha alive.
Time for a buzz. This battle is unavoidable.
Let's make it quick.
Equilibrium. The worlds are already changing. For equilibrium.
Did we complete it?
Supreme. Rest assured. The trial of the equilibrium will find you.
Okay, that's all? Alright. That's really nice. So, I haven't done this mission yet because I'm doing the gameplay with you guys. I have no problem with taking my progress really slowly, but it means I did gain a lot of XP beyond the maximum I could have. So I think I'm gonna be at level 30 now. We're gonna have to see. Alright. Obtain trace materials. Okay, so I'm not gonna do it right now, but let's see. Yes, we reached level 30 and we still have more XP. Okay, let's see if we can continue the main story without doing all these tutorials. Looks like we can. Are we finally going to Madame Cocolia? I can't wait to see what's happening. I mean, this thing was talking to her, sounds like it like possesses her or threatens her. But I want to know what's going on.
Ah, young lady.
No, I wanted to speak to Sampo.
Fortunately, Svarog turned out to have. Well, you still have a long journey ahead.
Alright.
Well, my friends, are you ready to head out?
Yes, finally.
Wonderful. Remember to bring enough food and drink to refuel on the way. We have a lot of steps to climb.
Alright, they said that the elevator was not working.
Mother, I have returned.
Bronya, I thought I'd lost you.
But does she really love her? I don't know. Was this all an act?
Where were you? Are you hurt? I'll fetch the butler right away.
No, there's no need. I don't want to see Sebas right now. Sorry, Mother. I'm fine, really. I just got into a few skirmishes down in the underworld, but nothing I couldn't handle.
The underworld. Oh, I see. In that case, report everything you saw. Commander Bronya.
After the failed pursuit at Backwater Pass, the wanted outsiders and I were somehow taken to the underworld. Because of the difficult situation we were in, we formed a temporary alliance to help the residents of the underworld resolve a few issues of survival. We also defeated an ancient robot known as Svarog and learned some truths about the Stellaron.
Okay, so now that she heard Svarog and Stellaron, I want to see what she has to say.
I'm listening. Go on.
Madam Cocolia, it is my firm belief that the visitors from beyond the sky are not the villains we had imagined before. I witnessed them take up arms in the name of justice and risk their lives for the sake of others. I can also ascertain that they did come for the Stellaron, but only to relieve the disaster it has brought upon Belobog. Mother, you've always known the truth about the Stellaron, haven't you?
But what's the truth? What's
The responsibility of bearing that truth will fall upon me one day.
What's happening? What's going on?
Being guardian, to carry these
And
secrets for eternity.
why is she not fighting for this planet? I mean, it's the only city in there.
So, I ask you to forgive my defiance, but I believe that the order to dispatch the outsiders was a mistake. To solve the problems brought on by the Stellaron, the architects waited hundreds of years. And those outsiders may be the... Enough!
Arrogant. Ignorant.
Okay, that's her real face.
Bronya. You merely glimpsed the tip of the iceberg, and now you think you know everything. You spend a short time with that underworld scum, and suddenly you have the audacity to question my orders?
Well, Cocolia, you have the audacity to yell at your daughter for doing something right?
Guards! Take Bronya.
They are not scum. My entire life. Everything you ever kept from me. I remember it clearly now. This time I am standing my ground, Madam Guardian. And please, stop dismissing me with vague excuses. Tell me what you have seen. What exactly it is you are hiding. Why do you send the Silvermane guards to die in the Fragmentum? Why have you abandoned the people of the underworld? And why? Why did you have that sudden change of mind?
I see.
What do you
This moment
see,
would come
Cocolia?
Sooner or later. I just didn't expect it would be so soon.
What did you expect?
You want to know why I gave those orders? Is that right? Do you believe you're ready to learn the truth?
Yes. I am ready. Mother.
Then come with me, Bronya. It is time you heard it. The voice of this dying world.
What do you mean by the voice of this dying world? Didn't she just say guards take her?
Ah, we're finally back. I forgot what fresh air tasted like. Oh wait, I haven't finished yet. Where's our next stop? We should find somewhere to put our feet up. As long as it's not Goethe Hotel again.
Classic unreliable Sampo. He probably guessed we'd ask where his hiding place was. No sooner are we back in the administrative district than he sneaks off.
Alright, so where are we going?
Where's your sense of loyalty? That would be nice though. Don Hung, what do you think?
I think it'd be best to pay a visit to Serval Land now.
Wait, so Lando is the family name?
So you think we should avoid Japard for the time being, right?
So Japard is his first name. I got it wrong.
He's an elite officer of the Silvermane Guards. It wouldn't be easy to get to him. Besides,
Makes sense. Guess we better head over to Serval's workshop then?
but we must keep a low profile. We're still wanted fugitives.
What's wrong, Zila?
Nothing. It's just a little new. The last time I was on the surface, I was still a child. I have no memory of the overworld and the underworld. We've been cut off for so long. I'm okay. Let's go. There are so many Silvermane guards on patrol. Is it usually like this?
No. I don't remember the security being this tight last time. It might have something to do with us. The Supreme
Probably.
Guardian has probably learned of our arrival already. Branya.
Who is it? Shop's closed today. You'll have to come back tomorrow. Huh? Ah, I remember. The three outsiders. Wait, why are you still strolling around the city? Do you know the Silvermane guards are looking all over for you?
Well, it's a long story, Serval.
Quick, act natural and get inside. Don't get spotted. All right, you'll be safe here. My workshop has pretty good soundproofing and barely anyone comes in.
If it has pretty good soundproofing, how did we hear you from the outside?
Just what crime did you commit exactly? They recalled a bunch of guards from the front line to track you down. It's unprecedented. Now they're patrolling the whole city and everyone's in a panic.
Oh, we just...
Not yet, March. Branya said we could trust you completely.
You mean to say you don't trust me completely? Good. That's smart of you. But you needn't worry. Cocolia and I aren't even on speaking terms. It was her that ejected me from the Architects. I refuse to stand with her. I don't believe you guys would do anything bad. And the Architects are going to need conclusive and publicly available evidence for me to think otherwise. Besides, I know the Architects, and if they did have any evidence, they would have released it by now. I know Cocolia's style. Get everyone into a frenzy first. Most people in a frenzy don't stop to ponder the details.
Alright.
You could say that. We were like sisters once, inseparable. Of course, that was all before she became the Supreme Guardian. These days, I just spend my time fixing things in this workshop and playing music. It's a pretty carefree existence. If I'm not careful, I'll start boring you all with sob stories from the past. Let's get back to you guys. If long-lost Branya told you to come here, you must have something important to tell me. You can trust me. I know our paths have only crossed once before, but my intuition tells me you guys are good people. And I've got good intuition, by the way.
Well, let's tell her.
Ooh, I'm the best storyteller. Let me.
Try not to embellish the facts.
What do you
So
think?
that's what's been happening. No wonder we hadn't heard from Branya recently. After all these years in isolation and without a single word from below, this is what's become of the underworld? I believe you. There's no way you could have invented all those twists and turns. What's more, we have Miss Sela here as living proof. As for the Stellaron, I know why Branya got you to find me. When I was still one of the architects working in the scientific research division, I was researching the Stellaron. I never thought I'd hear that word again after being expelled by the architects. Come on, I'll tell you everything.
Alright, let's hear everything.
Only a very few people in Belobog know of the existence of the Stellaron. Those that do would never associate it with the Fragmentum or Eternal Freeze. But according to the data recorded in that robot, Svarog, the architects dug out the truth long ago. The research results were purposely hidden away to ensure that the outside world would never know of them. Just my luck. Out of all the research topics I could have chosen, I insisted on the Stellaron. It's clear now that anyone who wanted to get closer to the truth would have been expelled or abandoned. Maybe I should be thanking Cocolia. All she did was push me out. She could have decided to take a more permanent measure.
Well, why didn't she? It is dangerous.
I figured out
I mean,
that
for
the
her.
Stellaron and the Fragmentum were linked, so I was already close to the truth. It's a shame that the architects ejected me before I could discover that the source of the Fragmentum was the Stellaron itself. Before I lost my position, I was applying for permission to survey the Stellaron directly. It was my research topic, but I'd never even set eyes on it. My research was all based on historical data and lab simulations. Not long after I submitted my preliminary report and application, I received my punishment. It was obvious that somebody didn't want my research to continue.
Okay, so can we talk about Shepard?
Shepard? Not a chance. He's a decent guy, but also famously uncompromising. For my brother, orders are more important than anything. Even if you stuck Branya's letter to his forehead, he wouldn't be swayed. You need to choose your words carefully if you want to persuade him of something. It might be best if I talk to him. Though, I'd need a strategy first.
You need a strategy to talk to your brother?
Yes. I never observed it directly, but I used lab simulations and outbound surveys to establish a rough location. According to the survey results, the Stellaron is likely to the north of Belobog, somewhere in the vast snow plains.
We must locate it as soon as possible, ideally before Cocolia takes action. Can you tell us the way?
Not a problem. I was thinking the same thing. But I'm afraid telling you might not be enough. The area to the north of Belobog has been more or less swallowed up by the Fragmentum. If you want to get to the northern snow plains, you'll need to get past the Silvermane Guard restricted zone on the front lines first. Even if you get past the restricted zone in one piece, you'll have a whole heap of Fragmentum to deal with.
Okay, what does it mean?
And it's different from the underground towns you described. The Fragmentum there has quite literally torn everything to pieces. There's no sign of life, despite the monsters.
It sounds like the three of us and Zila might not be enough. Why don't we go back underground and get Wildfire to come with us?
It's too dangerous for them.
I fear we may not have the time.
Hey, enough pessimism. Back in my official capacity days, I spent a lot of time in the north. I got to know the soldiers and officers on the front line. This calls for brainwaves, not brawn waves. How about I take you over myself?
Really? Great! Phew. It's less scary if someone you know is leading the way.
I want to see the Stellaron too, you know. It was my research topic for over a decade. You don't get that many decades in life. That's settled then. There's no time to lose. We should head out as soon as you're ready.
It was her research topic for decades. How old is she? I don't think that's good.
Darn it! I forgot my brother said he'd be around today. Find somewhere to hide, quick! I'll handle him. Japard! It's you! I didn't think you'd have the time to visit with things so tense on the front line.
Things are manageable. The latest wave of monster attacks has slowed. I'm back in the city to take care of a few matters, but I'll be back on the front line later. I thought I told you.
Ah! Oh, yes. That's right.
Sis, you look a bit pale. Did something happen?
No. Why would anything have happened?
You don't normally use my full name.
You said you hate it when I call you bro in public. Well, I agreed. It'd sound better if I started using your full name. Right, Brosif?
You can call me whatever you like. Look, Serval, I'm here on official business today. There's something wrong with the barrier generator device, and the engineers in our unit don't know how to fix it. I need you to take a look.
Those guys can't think outside the box. Of course they can't wrap their heads around my design. I thought it was something big. Leave it here. I'll take a look.
Sorry to trouble you.
Why are you being so polite? Oh, and why is the city under curfew all of a sudden? Has something happened?
I've been instructed to keep it quiet.
Lil Jeppy. So grown up now, looking down on his civilian sister.
Don't say that. Forget it. If I don't tell you, Pela will. Last night, Lady Bronya suddenly appeared. She entered Klapoth Fort without saying anything to anyone. The Supreme Guardian is worried that the 3 intruders may have followed Bronya out of the Fragmentum and back into the administrative district.
Ah, so that's how it is. No wonder I haven't heard from Bronya. Is she alright?
I'm not sure. She hasn't left Klapoth Fort. The Supreme Guardian just said she'd returned. Nothing more.
Well, I was sure worried about her. After she disappeared, Pela's workload doubled. She said she barely had time to go out.
She really does tell you everything. Oh, by the way, I left my Goethe Hotel limited edition flask behind last time I was here. Let me have a look for it. I think I left it over...
He's gonna find us.
Wait!
What is it? You seem pretty off today, Serval.
It's, right. You remember how you neglected all those flowers to death? I piled them all over there during a bit of spring cleaning, and now they smell terrible. So, don't go over there.
Seems like a strange reason not to take a look. Plus, am I supposed to believe you were spring cleaning? You must be up to more forbidden research.
Am not! How dare you! What do you take your sister for?
Never mind. This is your space, and I shouldn't intrude. I've got business to take care of. Bye for now.
Hey, wait a sec. Those intruders. I wanted to ask, what crime have they committed?
We didn't do anything.
They're plotting to overthrow the architects and bring harm to the city.
Who told you that?
Huh. Reminds me of the accusations against me. Cocolia's methods haven't changed.
Don't say that, Serval. I know that you're still nursing a grievance against the Supreme Guardian, but this isn't a joking matter.
You're telling me off again? Fine. Whatever, bro. You better be going. Come listen to Pela in my next rehearsal.
I will, if I have the time.
The coast is clear. You can come out now.
Alright, so when are we gonna confront Cocolia?
I nearly suffocated. What kind of plot device was that?
I almost lost my cool when you went for his flask.
This is bad. Bronya's in danger. We have to go save her.
Attempting to storm Klapoth Fort by ourselves? Forget it, Zila. I don't care how skilled you are, I'm not sending you on a suicide mission. Rest assured, Cocolia may have changed over the years, but she never hurt Branya. I'm certain of that.
You sound like Branya herself. I don't get it. You guys are against Cocolia, and yet in some ways, you seem to trust her completely.
I was gauging his reactions just now. Did you see? Unless we have irrefutable evidence, he won't question Cocolia's orders. If you go after him now, our plan's as good as over. Come on, let's go to the restricted zone. If we can get ahead of the curve and find the Stellaron, Cocolia will be out of options.
Alright, let's go. I wonder what's waiting for us. And I don't even remember how the Stellaron that's inside MC looks like, so I'm excited to see the Stellaron again.
Really safe?
You care about her, huh? You must have become close friends.
Close is a bit much, but I made her a promise.
Relax.
They can keep their worries to themselves. We're gonna check what's happening.
Jacked up security, all right. How the heck are we gonna sneak in? Serval, we need one of those brainwaves.
Leave it to me. Stick close, guys, and don't get spotted.
We're like 4 people. How can we not get spotted?
This is a military base. Trespassers aren't allowed in. Wait, isn't that... Serval! Long time no see.
Well, if it isn't Franz. Long time no see.
Well, you see, you haven't changed, Serval. Still nailing us to the wall. So, what brings you over here at this hour? And who are the guys behind you?
My brother said the restricted zone energy lines were malfunctioning. Told me it was urgent. He doesn't trust those contracted maintenance workers, so he got me in for free. These guys are my assistants. We need to overhaul all the installations here.
I didn't hear anything about the energy lines malfunctioning.
Oh, please. This is a technology division issue. Why would they tell you guys? Come on, let us in already. If the heating system goes down in the middle of the night, are you going to be responsible for all the frozen corpses?
No, that's not something I could handle. Seeing as you're Captain Japard's sister, it should be fine. Okay, here are some temporary passes. Oh, and remember to give them back to me when you leave.
Thanks, Franz. I'll put in a good word for you with my brother and get it.
No, Captain Japard hates all that under-the-table stuff. I'd have a better chance if you don't mention me at all.
Alright, I guess they know him. Even better than his sister does?
See? That was easy.
You're Japard's sister, all right.
I don't want people to see me that way. Do you see that mechanical gear bridge? When you cross over to the other side, you arrive at hell on Earth.
Oh wow.
An endless fragmentum, a few exhausted Silvermane guards. If we want to progress further north, we will need to cross that hell. Are you ready?
Well, we've come this far.
We've got nowhere left to retreat.
Let's go then. First, we need to think of a way to get to the other side. I helped set the underlying mechanisms for this type of gear bridge. It's controlled via different terminals in combination. Let's go find them.
Okay, so we're gonna figure it out.
Is Japard on frontline duty a lot?
But
Yes, but what made you ask that all of a sudden?
It's so dangerous. Don't you worry about him?
He's a Landau.
Alright, so what I was going to say is that's gonna be for the next video, so like this video and subscribe so you don't miss my next one. I'll see you next time.